the way that I wanted to be, being that art teacher. That
so now coming back to the rap, how does that play into that?
Well, shit, the music, you know, I was still on campus, and I was cool with some homies that was in a fraternity. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They was Kappas. Shout outs to the Kappas and shit, man.
Shout out.
Shout outs to the Qs and the Alphas, man, because y'all all at some point showed me some love on my journey, especially in Ohio. My cousin Alpha, one of my street mentors, and he was with the shit. It was an Omega, or no, he wasn't an Omega. He was a Q. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? He was a Q, and then some of like my closest homies, even from high school, like I knew the niggas from high school, but then they got in college and then went on to basically be Kappas. You know what I'm saying? So shout outs to all them motherfuckers. My cousins is a.k.a.s. You know what I'm saying? So that sorority life played a big part. So I used to go to all the parties.
Okay. Bumping your music?
No, hell no. I would pull up but playing my shit.
Yeah.
You feel me? But I would go to all the little parties or functions they would have, because like I said, in Ohio, the club scene was cool, but club closed at 2 o'clock. You had a frat party pop until 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning. Mm-hmm. And it's on their property, so guess what? The school really couldn't do shit about it. Like, you could pretty much do whatever you want. So, like, you think you going to the turn up, that shit, nigga, that shit turns into some shit. So, like, a lot of my homies was, like, on they trying to, like, do shit artistically. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it was a one homie. He would film all the shit. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to the homie Chris and shit. They
so basically do things different. So like coming up in that time frame, did you always feel like the motivation?
No, hell no. This is what happened. I'm gonna tell you exactly what went down. I thought that music and doing music was literally, you had to like have a situation. You needed like what Wayne was saying on that Drake shit. You gotta have beats. You need features. You need to have a plug-in radio. You need to have all that shit. So I'm like, you know what I'm saying? What happened? Hit the button. What happened? So yeah, no, just go. Let me see. Hold on, y'all. Hold up.
Now we can keep talking.
No, it's good. No,
like the way we chop it up and shit.
Oh, it stopped because it was
dirty. Put it. Yeah, put it some more towards him. So.
Just put contend.
Do you want me to move? This way?
I'm getting mad love my log right now.
Yeah, that's the point, my nigga. Here, just hit start broadcast. Hold on, let me put it.
I need to get a Periscope.
So yeah, so that shit, I thought that you had to have like all types of situations and shit. So me being a little young trap nigga, I went and paid for the best studio in Akron, Ohio. I had an engineer. Damn, I can't remember his name, but he was the first motherfucker.
Shouts out anyway. Shouts out.
Yeah, shouts out. Where was I recording that shit at? Oh man, I was going to Central 8 Studios in Akron, Ohio. I think that shit is on fucking. Is it Johnston? If I'm mistaken, that shit on Johnston Street, bruh. I was going to Johnston Street, which is on the east side, which was literally around the corner from the campus. So I could walk if I wanted to,
right?
Because I had a crib that was literally around the corner from that shit, so it worked out. But I was going to this studio, and that's when I think I was paying like $60 an hour too, cause like I was paying some cheese, but I would go in and book like a 10-hour session, like here, $600, let me get it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have no beats, bro. And this crazy shit is, this before like niggas was really like fucking with the email. Like it was still kind of like niggas. You
had to like know somebody.
You had to kind of know somebody that had like a beat on CD damn near like that. This shit, like, and the crazy shit is, this is like, what this 2016? This was like 2008. You know what I'm saying?
This was a fucking while ago, pretty much.
I mean, but
it's not long.
The internet existed.
Yeah. It's just nobody was. It was still kind of in it's like early stages. Like
So.
Is that a Supreme Zippo, by the way? Of course.
So it was like I was going and I was recording, and I ain't gonna front, I had two homies that I was rapping with.
Okay.
Like, but I felt like I kind of was like forcing these niggas to rap. They just kind of like was my homies, so they just was like, we don't want to be those niggas that's not like supportive of you. Yeah. So we gonna come and we gonna. My one man actually was rapping with some other niggas, and like he started rapping with us, but like. That's back in the day when like you like just knew you was gonna make it, so you would come up with like your little crew, and it would be like, yo, if I can't do shit without talking to this nigga, if I don't talk to him, I don't want to do it. You know what I'm saying? But like, I'm your man since 6th grade. But you know, when I got to high school, I met some cool kids, and I'm like,
pull me up, man, pull me up.
So look. I'm like, yo, I got you. I'll pay for the studio time. Y'all niggas can pay me back if y'all use some of it. You know what I'm saying? Just come through. I just need niggas there, you know, inspire and, you know, maybe bounce ideas. So I did that for like 6 months. I I got my first track. I went on YouTube, took a beat, took it to the studio. We did it. And I swear to y'all, everything, the song was tight. Like, I'm looking at it now, like, I don't know where that shit is.
Was that on the Essentials mixtape?
Definitely not.
Definitely not on the Essentials mixtape.
Nigga, that was years. Shit, Essentials was what, 2 years ago? That shit had to be like 6 years ago, damn near 7. So
look,
look,
this is the very first, very raw.
whoever got that shit, I already know what's gonna happen. Like, some years down the line, some nigga has that shit somewhere.
Just waiting.
And it's gonna be like, yo, I had the first. And like, they wouldn't be lying. That's like one of my first recordings. It was on some like, it was almost, remember that song, shots. Yo, bruh. But it was during that whole, that's when like
That
music like.
party time phrase and shit where everybody was just kind of turn up on like the EDM. Like the beginning of like the EDM rap.
Like the video would have definitely had like different colored paint getting thrown on bitches and like swimming pools filled with like champagne or some crazy shit and like a water slide.
I mean, money champagnes are my favorite kind of
Yeah,
thing,
it would have been many. But no, so look, I did that. Then what happened was I started like just being like, fuck trying to make you niggas rap. I started just going to the studio myself. But now this is at the same time that like my brain is telling me that I don't need to be out here much longer. So like some crazy shit went down, and basically we'll just say that I came up on like $12,000.
Oh.
Okay. Well, really, I came up on $25,000.
So what?
But it was me and my homie.
No details at all.
It wasn't nothing
Too crazy.
I mean, I don't even think it was really illegal what we did, but we definitely, I'm going to say it like this. We lied to get the maximum amount of money that we could get out of this situation. I'm going to just say it to y'all like that, all right?
Damn, Sonny.
So me and my mans, we got the check. So I'm like, oh, shit. Not I had like 10 bands, 20 bands before, shit like that. But I'm like, damn, this came out, like I didn't have to do nothing for this. Like this kind of came out of nowhere. Like all I had to do was kind of, go through the motions and get the money. So I told my mans, this is what happened. I'm going to tell you.
So what year is this to?
Fuck, I can't even tell you. I don't remember. This was like.
This is a while ago, so continue.
Yeah, this was a minute ago. Yeah, I don't know what year this was in case they might try to backtrack and pinpoint that transaction. But I was still living in Ohio. I'm gonna come clean. We had a botanical setup going on. Like we spent some of the money on that. I fucked it up. I'm gonna come all the way clean. I apologize.
Because you were still at that point living.
I can't say your name, bro, but you my nigga forever, and you know who you is, and you know who it was that was staying with me and shit. And yeah, I fucked up. Okay, I'm admitting it. I made the mistake and did not properly do my homework, and I might have.
We all make mistakes.
Led to the possible death of some of our weed plants. I'm sorry. I learned my lesson, and I still love you. Once I make it, I'm coming back to get you. You know who you are. Shout out. But anyways, so look, we spent some of the money on that shit. That was working for a minute though. Let me clarify that. It worked at first, nigga. You can't lie, nigga. So look, it was working. So then I was like, damn. I was like, I don't want to spend all this money. So I was still making music and shit, but I'm gonna come clean. I wasn't taking that shit serious. Like I was like, it was literally just to make CDs to have in my car. Let me just clarify that. It wasn't like I thought I was gonna get a deal. It wasn't like I was.
You were just doing it just to have fun, pretty much.
You know, when you got money and you don't work, you try to find things to keep yourself busy.
Damn, I can't relate. I wish I could. But.
So like, I ain't gonna lie, like. You can only trap so much.
Yeah. You
can only go to the strip club so many times. You can only
it's repetitive, there's nothing new or
well, when you live in Ohio, like, and you buy all the new shit in one whop, there's nothing else to go get for like another 2 months.
And then nobody else has it too, so you can only flex and stuff for so long.
And then you be wearing shit niggas ain't even appreciating it because it's like, bitches be like, what is this? And because they ain't even cultured yet. You know what I'm saying?
And then it'll come
now you walk into the spot, shawty's is boom, 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 boom. You know what I'm saying? Niggas is coming with they motherfucking Margiela futures and shit. You know what I'm saying? I went back home. I ain't been home since my grandmama passed. Rest in peace, Georgia Knight. But I ain't been home since that. It's been kind of difficult. I'm gonna go back here real soon. But like she passed away, so I went home and I seen mad of my homies is like done step their game up in their little Balenciaga arenas. You know what I'm saying? They Y3s, real Y3s. Niggas is really stepping their game up. So shout outs to my Midwest. Like I try to tell people, we just like
shouts out.
We just like y'all. You know what I'm saying? So it takes us a little while to get it. But boom. So I got this money. I'm like, I tell my mans, I'm like, bruh, we should move. He was like, what?
That was a revolutionary idea. Looking at you like double backwards, eyes twisted, head upside down.
I'm like, yeah. We should move, cuz he like, to where? So I did some old fake ass Coming to America shit. I already had the place picked out of my head. So I'm like, look, I'ma just flip a coin on this motherfucking map of the states.
City.
You know what I'm saying? And wherever the fuck we go closest to major city, we gonna go there. So I flip the fucking coin and shit lands in the ocean. Just happens by Florida. So I'm like, cool. I'm like, Miami. Like, that's where we going, Miami, bro. Yeah. I'm like, if we go to Miami, we go down there, we take some of this money that we got, we get us a crib, we pay for the crib for like 3 months. So then we ain't gotta worry about like money or like a place to stay. I was like, and then the worst kind of worst, if it don't work out, we just come back up here.
Yeah, because you always have family.
Yeah, we live here. I'm like, he ain't want to do that shit. Long story short, I'm still coming back to get you, my nigga, because you my nigga for life. So then, like, you know what I'm saying?
Gang.
So I'm like, bro, just do the shit. So he was like, no, I ain't on it. So at first he was kind of on it. Then he was like, no, I ain't on it. So me, I ain't gonna lie. I just bought the crib. Yeah. I bought an apartment off Craigslist. This is a true story. I went on Craigslist.
Miami.
Yeah, I didn't even see the place.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
That's ballsy, man.
They sent me pictures, but like, fucking pictures. You could have sent me pictures of anything.
Yeah.
So
you basically went on a limb, just did the shit?
I was following premonition of a lot of weed.
You know some real shit when you start off with.
Nah, like,
what happened was
this exactly what went down. I had a condo in Miami.
Okay.
Now, I was the youngest nigga living in my building.
I mean, obviously, what are you, like 20?
I was like 23 at the 22 time. Some crazy shit like that.
For some regular old niggas and shit.
But it's mad, like, niggas in there with like Raris.
Yeah.
It's like a motherfucking Bentley parked in my garage.
You pulled up there in a scooter and shit, like, no problem.
So, like, it was only 2 doormen that fucked with me. Because you got to think, I'm coming in here, I'm younger than most of the doormen, and these doormen can't stand me because I'm just some young black kid.
With money.
I don't even have money, though. I
in there, though.
I knew how to dress. I carried myself well. I had a confidence about myself, a bravado, which everybody should carry about themselves if you give a fuck about yourself. And I was coming through there with the shorties.
All the time.
Not all the time. Don't make it seem like.
Nah. Yo, listen.
I had interest. You know, it's Miami. You feel me? So it's like there are beautiful people in Miami, but you know, I got tied down with one shorty. You know what I'm saying? And long story short, I started messing with the other shorty. Mm-hmm. These niggas let the other shorty into my crib, like let her up and let her in. She ain't had no key.
They set you up, son. Again.
So look, they let her in. So I'm out with the other shorty. So I just get a text message from the other shorty who's in my apartment.
Just shorty A, then shorty B. So shorty A text you
while I'm out with shorty B.
Like, what the fuck is up?
And then shit got many. So she like, yo, this, that, and the third. So I go back to my apartment. All I'm gonna say is
Shorty B and told you dumped that somewhere.
Shorty B's with me.
Oh,
because Shorty B's stuff is in my apartment.
Oh my god.
Racksfact.
Ain't no fucking Racksfact. Don't Racksfact that. That's not a Racksfact.
Racks no fuck.
That's a Racks fail right there. So look, I'm like,
hold this good sir.
So look, I'm like, damn. Nigga, I walk in, that bitch just popped out the bedroom like, oh, is it the bitch you? I'm like, oh shit.
With a knife or not?
Nah, nigga, but look, she done threw all this bitch's shit in the ocean.
Oh no.
Like,
oh no.
Cause like I said, I lived on the 14th floor. I had an oceanfront apartment.
Oh no!
It didn't directly face the ocean, but my apartment was on the corner. So like
the wind carried that shit. Whatever.
My nigga, she threw that shit out of the fucking window. That shit went into the Atlantic Ocean. My nigga, like.
So Shorty B is spazzing at this point.
Shorty B loses it. I lose it. Cause I'm like, oh. So boom, I kicked both their asses out. So. Racks Hogan sleeps alone that night. You know what I'm saying?
Man, it happened.
But Shorty B was like on some crazy shit. Shorty A ain't want nothing else to do with me. Shorty A still wanted something to do with me, but only if I was gonna leave Shorty B alone. Yeah. And Shorty B was on some like, I'm not leaving you alone because I just dealt with this. So now I got a stake in this.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh shit, like, oh, this some old fucking.
You're in the shits right now.
So look, I but somehow I like audible out of that shit.
Like you actually fuck Emily, bro.
Right.
Yo, we might get there, guys. We might get there. I don't know.
So look, this shit got crazy. So I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't really too proud of that shit.
So that was Miami. So were you?
So
you
after
just jump
Miami,
to New York.
no, Shorty B was on some like Shorty A was like, I ain't fucking with you no more. So which I can't blame her. She moved on with her life. I think she's like married with like a kid now. I like to think we on good terms, but I know we not. Because I fucked up. Like I did some bad.
So
but I was young and retarded though. So like if I had the chance to do it over again, I probably would have just rocked out with Shorty A. But then if I rocked out with Shorty A, I wouldn't have made it to New York.
There you go.
There would be no Racks Hogan.
Some things. What's the jacket say? Things happen.
These things happen.
These things happen.
These things happen. So look. So I'm like, so fast forward. So Shorty B like, she still think I'm fucking with Shorty A.
Mm-hmm.
So she basically goes off on a limb. And like, it's like, yo, come to New York. So like, long story short, I still had this job though. So I'm gonna just fast forward to New York. She tricked me into coming out to New York.
How do you get tricked into?
Because she's like, kidnapped? I'm gonna fly you out. She's like, I'm gonna fly you out. She's like, I want you to come visit. I'll pay for you to come up there. Now I have my own bread, but I'm like, okay, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Trip to New York. When I get to New York, she like, yeah, I got your ticket for you to go back. You know, in a week. Whenever you want to go back, just let me know. I have the ticket already together. Just tell me and I'll done. I took 2 weeks off from work to come visit New York. My job was cool with it, all that. Long story short, when it was time for me to go back, this bitch bullshitted me long enough to basically where my job like fired me. So like, and the crazy shit was I could have transferred to New York. They was actually needed people here in New York. Like I could have transferred and got a job here and still been working. But if I would have still been working,
you would not be where you are right now.
So look, I'm like, you fucking bitch. So I try to work it out with this bitch. Long story short, it don't work out. We go separate ways. It was a point in time where I was like sleeping on the train. Mm-hmm. Then I met up with some people. So like I had to figure that shit out. So I figured out, I met up with some people. They was cool enough to like let me basically all but crash on their floor and shit.
So it was never a thing where you were just like, there is some struggle to this.
Hell yeah.
There is some struggle to this. I just say that just because I know that people are watching this right now on the Periscope, or people are listening and they're going to be watching this shit. They're like, yo, like, this isn't like a real story.
No, this shit true. So like, how I kind of got involved in like the streetwear shit was, I always been like one of them dudes that could predict trends, or like I always knew it was like kind of like, oh, that's cool. Let me try this. Or like, oh, let me get one of these. So like, this is around the time like when snapbacks and shit was popping. So like,
this is like 2011, 2012, like that.
So like, what happened was I fucking I jumped on, me and Shorty B kind of like, I ain't gonna say we kissed and made up, but we like was friends. So like, she let me kind of like stay at the crib. Mm-hmm. But here's the crazy shit. Shorty B was on some whole nother other shit where she was finna dip out anyway. So like, she moves out of the crib that we stand and find out that the crib that niggas is staying in was like some old scammer shit. So like, and nigga, it was a whole summer where I ain't had no lights, I ain't had no hot water. I had to like charge my phone at the bodega. Then after I charged my phone at the bodega, I would have to take like a, you know how like because of the heat your pipes heat up.
Yeah. So
like when your pipes heat up, you got like 3 minutes of like lukewarm water where you can like, you know, get it quick. So like, nigga, I would have to wash my ass and rinse off in like 3 minutes. I did that shit for like, nigga, luckily I motherfucking ain't had to endure that shit through the winter.
Yeah.
But I did that shit, nigga, for basically from like March to damn near October.
Shit, man.
So like for like 7 months, nigga, I was hoe bathing in my own fucking shower.
Hoe bathing?
I was hoe bathing. I was the 3 minutes in, 3 minutes out shit. So like,
military time.
I mean, well, I've been to the joint, so 3 minute shower is cool. I know how to, you know, we can facilitate that real quick. So like, boom, I did that. But this whole time, I'm buying shit off eBay. So I'm buying snapback hats and shit, and I'm selling them bitches. I'm going in the daytime because you gotta think, I'm using all my daylight to like find shit, you know, like
thrift
in the crib, whatever I'm doing, because I don't got no fucking money. So like, I'm really like literally, like, nigga, it was a time where I was selling 5 Hour Energy. I knew a nigga that worked for 5 Hour Energy.
So you get it for the low.
Shorty B worked for 5 Hour Energy, and she was on some like, well, look, I'll help you make bread. She would like finesse me some cases and shit.
Yeah.
And like, I would do that. So like, I was selling fucking 5 Hour Energy to all the bodegas in my hood at the time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was doing whatever to get the buck. So like, it ain't no shame in my game, nigga. It was really like a time where I was like on my ass. Like, I was
doing it, yeah.
The groundwork was essential. So with that, I met a lot of people. I learned a lot of shit very quick in New York. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm learning shit. I'm picking up on shit like faster than the average person was, because I'm on a train every day.
Yeah.
You know, most niggas, I hear it take a person to learn a train like 6 months. If you live out here, it takes you about 6 months to like really get it down.
I don't know how that ever happens.
And that's if you going like for a routine. Like, that's if you have a job and you going from my house to work, home. If I want to go to the store or anything like that, I'm cabbing or Ubering or driving.
Biking.
I learned that shit in like 2 months, because I was going all the way to the Bronx. I had visited
from Brooklyn.
Yeah, I had visited all 5 boroughs by my second month here. So when a nigga be like, including Queens, like,
yo, shouts out to Queens, son. That's
Queens,
some real shit.
Queens is a tricky ass borough. So
my God.
like even to take, like, it's hard to drive out there. So
take the bus and the train.
Bruh.
And the train only runs through the middle of Queens, so it's not like you could just be in Queens exploring and shit.
Bro, so like I had visited all 5 boroughs. I had been to Staten Island. You know what I'm saying? I had visited like mad shit. I used to hang out down there in like the financial district. Like, so I was down there by like Fulton Street, you know what I'm saying, Duane and Reed, and coming up the canal and all that dumb shit. So like, I really learned my geography. Like Soho, I figured out Canal up through Spring,
where all
Prince.
The poppin' shit was.
Not even that. You know what happened? You would walk by some shit and you would just be like, oh, that's here.
Yeah.
So like Bape, I stumbled across Bape. I walked by like, oh, Bape's
in
here.
The cut. For those that are from New York and like don't know where the Bape store is in New York, it really is just away from kind of everything else.
Like Supreme, Only, Stussy. I fucking found
That shit's pronounced Stussy.
Stussy. I call it Stussy. I'm from the country. It's Stussy.
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 You call it Stussy? It's Stussy, bro.
It's Stussy. I think it's the line. He puts a line over the U,
yeah,
so it's
you have
to pronounce. So it's Stussy. Yeah. So like, but like, I was finding shit. The Double RL store, the Polo store, Bloomingdale's,
BBC ice cream,
BBC. You find all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Then you was finding cool little thrift spots. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that.
Tokyo 7. Oh, let me not even announce the thrift like that.
But no, like you would find spots. So like with that, but then I was always going back to Brooklyn. So I would still be like traveling through Brooklyn either via the bus, because the homie that I was staying with, that nigga stayed like on he stayed in like Flatbush. So I was going like over by like 2 Cattell U, Clarendon, Avenue N, Avenue D.
That's deep, man.
Yeah, I was all the way over there. Like, you want to hear something crazy? And this is, I might be wrong, but I'm almost damn near 100% know that this is a fact. When I was like, before I, had like a nigga that I bought weed from and shit.
Yeah.
I shit you not, I was buying my weed from one of the niggas I think in Flatbush Zombies.
You know what's actually funny? I was gonna ask you a question about this too.
I think I was copping, and like he was a cool ass nigga even then.
Juice with the beard and shit.
But his shit was like, he was mad cool with it.
Yeah.
He was mad. He wasn't like a pot dealer. He was just like a nigga. If you knew a nigga, he had like the best weed though.
To give. I actually saw you on stage with the Flatbush Zombie. This was
cause after that, I met up. One of the homies actually introduced me to Meech. And after I met up with Meech, you know what I'm saying, I met them. We like chopped it up. We smoked some bud, all that shit. And I just told them like, yo, if you ever need gear, you know what I'm saying, let me know. This, that, and the third.
They were with the shits already though.
Yeah, but they was already on wave. So to them it was kind of like, oh yeah, this, that, and the third. But I'm gonna come clean, like just hanging out, being on the scene. That's how I link with Joey and Pro Era and them. And that was my first. That's when I got really into music.
Okay.
Like for all y'all that's watching, when I did,
this is post Essentials too.
Nah, nigga, this is before that.
This is before Essentials.
Yeah, nigga, we still. I just was still here like not even a year.
That was like 2012.
So like, yeah, I met all these. I did. That's what I'm saying. I covered mad ground. Like I remember going to like DD 172 and meeting Stolly, seeing Mos Def.
Oh shit.
Yeah, seeing like being in the mix. And like really, like you gotta think, a nigga. When I was in Miami, you would see celebrities, but I was like waiting on them. So like, I met
through for vacation and shit.
I met A-Rod. I met what's her name? Anna Kournikova, Enrique at fucking Iglesias, Mike Piazza. Throw some to some of you New Yorkers. You know what I'm saying? Piazza. Mike Piazza's a really nice guy too, by the way.
I love Mike Piazza. Mike Piazza was one of my heroes growing up. But continue.
Pat Riley, all the NBA niggas, all the football niggas, everybody that come through. Basically anybody you could think of, but it's a different interaction when you meet these people. Like I met Jordan. Jordan was kind of like stale. Like I'm gonna say that the experience was kind of like, okay, I met Jordan.
Have you? This is another sidetrack. Michael Jordan's I don't want to say he's like a bad guy. He's an interesting dude.
He's a bit. You gotta catch him in a good mood after like.
Yeah. You ever see I don't forgot whose video it is. I think it's like Kevin Hart or some shit where they met Michael Jordan for the first time and they asked him to sign something, and he was like, you know what I'm talking about, right? Who the fuck is that?
Chameleon.
All right, yes.
Chameleon.
Chameleon met Michael Jordan for the first time. Went to ask met Michael Jordan for the autograph. He was like, no.
Yeah, no, I didn't ask him for the autograph. I asked to shake his hand. He kind of like sunned me like, you want to shake greatness's hand, nigga? And I was like, damn, that's some serious shit. So like, but no, like, so like, it's different when you come to like New York, because I feel like when you meet celebrities in New York, you catch them in they like
the home environment.
Yeah, like it's different. Like even if they not from here, I feel like all like real celebrities and shit got some type of tie to New York City, whether they work out here for like some months out the year, their agents stay out here, they firm is out here. If you a model, most of the time your agency
for a reason.
Yeah, so like it's different. But then when you meeting motherfuckers that's on the come up that you seeing on YouTube or like on your Tumblr or on your Twitter, and like you see these motherfuckers in the street, that's like a whole different thing. So like I was meeting a lot of these motherfuckers, and I don't got nothing but good shit to say about the artists that I met. Like,
and this is all like Beast Coast and shit too.
Basically, the whole Beast Coast. I met like damn near the entire Beast Coast in like 2 months. Like just from meeting this nigga, going and smoking weed at this nigga's house. This nigga pulls up.
And they all chill with each other too.
Like I got freestyles with underachievers. Like,
oh shit.
Like before they tape came out, he actually used the verse that he freestyled on the last tape that they put out, the Underachievers tape, you know, the one where the niggas hanging out the window. I forget what it was called, but
it's not
the shit where he be like, I'm on acid and psilocybin and something.
The one that was actually I really liked that tape. If only it was mixed a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know how it sounded, but whatever.
But like I'm on that. Like I got freestyles with the late Steez. You know what I'm saying? That's like one of the first things that ever went on the internet. That's
a real. I don't want to cut you off, man. That's still a try. Fuck that nigga Troy out for that shit too. That's some bullshit.
Yeah, no, he violated. The crazy shit was, now the funny story about that is, in my travels, I was actually running with some of the niggas that was in BSB. You know what I'm saying? That was like real niggas that's from 2 and like that hood and shit. And what I'm gonna say about that whole shit is, like, even him, like the industry do shit, and I ain't gonna speak on that shit because, like I said, I'm not affiliated with either of them directly, but at the end of the day, I don't want to see nobody like talking about nobody crazy and shit like that. Like we all got homies. Like one of my friends committed suicide, so like I understand. I ain't gonna sit here and say that he was a coward. No, the nigga had an issue. His brain was fucked up. Like he literally had a chemical imbalance and a mental disorder that nobody was aware of. And
he smoked weed too, so that
he did drugs, so that amplifies whatever your mental illness could potentially be to like the 10th fucking power. So he did something irrational where the nigga basically wound up dying. He didn't overdose. He didn't take too much drugs. He literally did.
He had an issue. He had a problem.
Yeah. So like, and you know what I'm saying. So like, I don't condone what he said. I think he really went real far, and like that shit is crazy. Like, and Joey's a good guy, and that's what I'm trying to say. Like, even the issue what he said that it even stemmed from, and this is all I'm really gonna say about that. So what? People say negative shit all the time about me. I'm pretty sure there's people talking shit on Periscope right now. But guess what? You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, that's your opinion. You're entitled to that.
Yeah.
You can have that, bro. You can say whatever. As long as you ain't putting your hands on me, my family, anybody that I'm closely affiliated with or give a fuck about, then we cool. You can say as much negative shit as you want to. You can call my mom all types of bitches. You can say I spit on so-and-so's grave, all this, that, and the third. Listen, bro, but you know what that is? That's words, my nigga. Me as a man, and being a man, and being a figure, and being out here, I basically signed up for that shit.
Yeah.
So for a nigga to say some off-the-wall crazy shit to me is not beyond. It might tweak whoa, you're tripping, but at the same time,
come back at that. Like,
I'm not gonna
quick,
never. That's one thing I'm gonna say right now. Like, and I want that to be out there and be known. I'm not addressing nothing that ain't got no fact behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Period. An opinion is just that. And I was taught by a wise man, actually in juvie, that a situation ain't a situation until you react to it. If you look at most of the situations and scenarios of motherfuckers that have an issue or don't like somebody, they 9 times out of 10 just don't know the other person.
Mm-hmm.
And they misunderstand or misinterpret the person's demeanor, his attitude, because they're not used to seeing that. So at the end of the day, I know that what I project may not be what everybody like.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody ain't gonna like Racks Hogan. You understand what I'm saying?
Of course.
You know what I mean? Everybody ain't gonna, but for the people that fuck with me, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, that get it, or at least give me the opportunity. If you sit down and take the time to really like fuck with Racks, you'll get to see that I probably share a lot of the same experiences. I probably deal with a lot of the same issues. I have bills.
You're a person. You're human.
I do that.
It's not
when
like
niggas go up on that, get up on. Some people let that shit go to their head, you know, and they lose sight of like their struggle that got them to that point because they have a new struggle of maintaining their fame or maintaining their
something that's not nearly as
it ain't something
hard
that's
as what they
something that's not nearly
through.
Gonna last you as long as having genuine support and genuine like rapport with people that basically make you who you are.
Yeah.
You know what makes like a good CEO or like a good businessman or something like that?
Someone that can relate to the people.
Somebody that can relate to their customer.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody that can relate to the demographic that they fuck with. So said that to basically come back to the point of like, you know, motherfuckers talking shit. You just can't really like let that shit get to you. And that's the Troy Ave, man. I fuck with both of y'all artists. Y'all both young black motherfuckers that's trying to succeed. We don't need no more issues. We got enough problems. We got enough motherfuckers beefing. We got enough of outside interference. And I ain't gonna say white people, so I can't say it's a us versus them thing, because there's a lot of black people that's in power that don't give a fuck about black people too.
Shout out to Al Sharpton. Fuck that nigga.
So like, but we got enough issues in our as a culture.
Yeah. As
a culture, we got enough of outside powers trying to like shut us down. You got Gene Simmons talking about he can't wait for the death of fucking hip hop.
Man.
You got people saying all types of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like hip hop is cliche, hip hop is this, it's not even a real art form and all that. You know, streetwear is nothing but a bunch of kids that are defunct and smoke pot and drink liquor and do pills and you know, it's a very bad stigma placed on this culture in general. Racks Hogan basically is here to go up and tell them motherfuckers, because the people that fuck with me, you know what I'm saying, fuck with what I'm doing, fuck with my message, they understand that basically I want to be able to go and say, yo, look, give these motherfuckers a chance.
So is there like a message, like a unified thing that...
I just feel like I said, my grand motto, like my manifesto, like is basically... if we all working together, like if I basically can get you some gear, and I speak on it, you know, in the arena that I'm in, which is this Supreme shit, this Bape shit, this streetwear shit, you know what I'm saying? If I can get the clothes to a kid who doesn't have any money, because like I said, I try to do as many giveaways as possible, as many giveaways as my closet will allow. Yeah. Because I have the shit. I done had it. I done enjoyed it. I know the feeling that I get from it. Now I get a different feeling off of basically giving back to the less, I ain't gonna say even less fortunate, because I done gave shit to kids that I know is gonna resell that shit. Yeah. I'd rather give shit to the culture, give back to the community as a whole, and help everybody. I know that some of them, that some shit falls into the right hands. Most of the shit do. You know what I'm saying? So I make sure that that's me. Hold on, just hit that button, and then I'm gonna have to hit the plug. Just hit the button, I'm gonna have to hit him back. We out here. So like, I know that basically we still good. Yeah. All right. I know that basically, like, you know what I'm saying, my motto is, if it's one less thing for you to hate on in terms of just like gear, because I remember when niggas was getting killed for coats and Jordans and shit, you know what I'm saying,
for biggies and shit,
getting all that shit, you know what I'm saying. Like, if we can like eliminate the whole hype.
Well, see, that's a whole nother discussion too, because the way shit is, and even this production is kind of a fall for it too. It's almost like you have to bring attention to this shit. It's about,
I want you to be informed, and I want you to be as fly as fuck. I want you, but I don't want you to basically live your life to where you no. Like I was talking to you earlier when we was pulling up and shit. Like I was telling you, when basically, because we live in the age of social media and shit now, and like the internet and all that type of shit, so like perception is everything, even to the youth. You know what I'm saying? Perception is the number one thing that basically you hear about, like kids like dying from, in terms of like bullying or like being bothered at school. You getting called ugly, you getting dissed because your clothes ain't tight, you getting shitted on because you ain't got Jordans, or because you know what I'm saying, like that type of shit. That's the era that we stay in. So like my whole thing with that being is that if we can dissuade, being that I use the tool of social media and Instagram and Periscope and shit like that, if we could basically eliminate, and I can give to that kid that's getting bullied, that motherfucker might stop getting bullied. You see what I'm saying? But if we basically take if we eliminate the hype off of that shit, and like, and I'm not gonna sit here and say it like this shit would happen like tomorrow or nothing like that, but like, let's just say for instance, I had enough Supreme to give every kid that ever wanted a Supreme item,
anything, something small, big,
whatever, I could give them one item from Supreme. Do you think that really it would be that big of an issue with Preem in that area or with them kids?
Not at all.
But it's when like I said, we live in the era of social media.
Flex culture.
Kids be feeling like they need that shit.
Yeah.
Like that's what when I say like the whole, like the real underlying issue is like with Stylish Stoner is like it's like a lifestyle culture of basically like being a part of the culture, being informed, but understanding that like as life goes on, they're gonna drop new shit. It's always gonna be an opportunity. I was just telling my man Scooter the Shooter over there.
Don't stress about not getting shit.
Don't stress. He was like,
every week,
and this is fact. This fact. And I'm gonna say the shit. My man's was over here. He was like, hey man, I'm about to lay somebody down for these motherfucking Yeezys. I said, what? I know he was just joking, but the fact that even was an option in his thought process, that's crazy. And like me as a motherfucker, you probably saying, well, Rex, you got him on your feet. You got him. You got the shit. You get the shit. But bro, if I didn't have that shit, best believe whatever I did have, I would rock that shit as if it was the same confidence as if I had a Yeezy. Right. I'm not gonna hate on the nigga that's got all the pairs. I'm not gonna hate on the nigga that ain't got the pairs
or do anything crazy.
You understand what I'm saying? You don't need this shit. I like having fly shit. I love rocking my shit. You know what I'm saying? I love being on my swaggy boy shit. I love being on my well dressed shit. I love that shit. I love going down in the Soho and dropping that bag, dog. I done did that shit. I love going down there and playing with the bands and walking out with the big bags and then having to take the cab home. Like that shit is tight to me. But I'm also aware that like I'm not gonna sit here and project the image like of people that's basically looking up to me or fucking with me or like want to know what's going on with me. To like that shit defines what I do.
Right.
Cause
it's like, more than that.
Cause like I just told you, when I was dealing with my issue, when I ain't had no lights, when I ain't had no heat, when I was sleeping on the motherfucking train, cause that shit was warm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When I was sleeping on my niggas' couches and shit like that. And literally surviving off of motherfucking $80 a week for 7 days. You feel me? You couldn't tell by my outward appearance.
Yeah. Because you had the confidence that would take you.
Yeah, because I could take some fucking bullshit ass. I was wearing fucking... I had a pair of fucking Vans. Black Vans.
Based Vans.
Skate Eras. Era Pros. Black on blacks. And a pair of fucking Levi's jeans. That nigga I used to skate in. And yes, I used to skate. I still skate too whenever I feel like it. I just don't have time for that shit now. I ain't motherfucking
Tony Hawk or some bullshit. Getting the Yeezys off.
Yeah. Got weed on this one and ashes and shit. But no, like I was skateboarding and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I wore that and t-shirts. Like when I came up from Miami, I had like a bag with like 3 outfits in it because I was only gonna be here for like 3 weeks. And that's when I was on my black jeans, white t-shirt, black sneakers. Black jeans, white t-shirt, sneakers. Fitted. Or I wasn't even wearing fitted then. I was on my snapback shit then. So like that's cause that was shit that you could skate in and not give a fuck about. I could take my t-shirt off, take my jeans off. You know what I'm saying? As long as I was changing my fucking drawers and washing my ass, you cool. You know what I'm saying? So like that was my philosophy. You go out and skateboard all fucking day. You would come home. So that was like my uniform.
You'll be dirty as fuck anyway. So
yeah. So like that was like my uniform. So like you couldn't tell. So what I'm trying to tell and like the message that I'm trying to project is get as fly as you can. If you can get all this preem shit and you want that and you got the budget for that and it's not hurting you or you basically like, but don't buy that shit to impress somebody else or because somebody told you gotta have that shit to be cool.
And that's
like
is that like a negative flaw?
Yeah,
of the culture
man. Hell, what you mean?
Like is doing shit for other people. Like you don't get fly just because you genuinely like buying shit.
No, I get fly because I'm gonna keep it all the way 100. This shit to me, like I don't know what you call it when like you know how they got like you got like I don't want to call it a fetish or nothing like that because it ain't like I get like aroused from the shit. But like like your weird obsession is like I generally like having options.
Yeah.
When I step out, I'm gonna tell you this is what started it. I can honestly tell you when this happened. I was living in Ohio. Now we didn't have Bape and we didn't have Supreme, but it was like a couple kids because I was skateboarding even in college and shit. So I knew of Supreme. Yeah. I just didn't know about how to obtain the Supreme
online and other.
But that's when like online was still online shopping even for like online shops it was still mad like new like Bape only had a Japanese site. There was no us.bape.com. It was still you had to go to like and you had to like translate that shit and then they didn't ship to the United States.
You had to know somebody.
You had to know and then like you know everybody had the bodega or the hood shop that was selling Bape or we have nigga that ain't fucking Bape. You don't get the fuck out of here with that shit. Like you know what I'm saying? But we had BBC.
Yeah.
We had BBC. This was the popping shit. We had BBC. We had 10 Deep. We had Stussy. I was buying hella Stussy. Like I had Stussy pieces that I wish I had this holofoil Stussy t-shirt. That shit was fire, bro. That shit was tight as fuck. It was like some old like it looked like a maze, like it was an art piece. That shit was tight as shit. So then I had that. We had a Vizu. Like I got a pair of Vizus that I bought like damn near 10 years ago that I still have. That like I've tailored them like 6 times with their amazing pants. They feel awesome. I done took the bottom seam out of them so they just like natural fall. Yeah, like perfect. So we had what else was niggas rocking back then and shit? Niggas was on LRG.
Not even really polo. Up and polo was like
niggas was wearing low. Niggas was on low, but low was like you could get low. So low wasn't like you was making a statement coming out low.
Right.
That was like around the era, you know, the pink polos, all that shit. Niggas was on that shit because you gotta think.
Okay, this is kind of sidetracked. Pink Dolphin was popping too at the time.
No, actually, this was kind of
Diamond and shit. Even?
This was Diamond was still on top.
Okay.
Because I was still wearing Lakai and shit like that.
Okay, so this is more like skate.
I was wearing like I was wearing like Lakai and the kind shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I was still copping I was still skateboarding 6.0s.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Yeah. So that's why I be saying niggas if you take the time to get to know Racks, niggas be calling me a hype beast, niggas be calling me all type, but like bro, I really
not knowing that you're part of the culture.
I really got a tie to this shit. Like when we was in Ohio, what the fuck else? My friends was white, bruh. Them niggas I knew how to ollie when I was in like the 5th grade. Like, okay, Racksfact. I knew how to ollie when I was in 5th fucking grade. You know what I'm saying?
Supposed to stay on top of them hashtags, damn.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I knew how to do it. So, like, my friend Josh Boone taught me how to do that shit.
Yeah.
That was like my best friend. He was this white kid. He was from Michigan, and that nigga taught me how to skateboard. He gave me my first birdhouse. He gave me my first birdhouse skateboard with independent trucks, and I forget what kind of wheels I had, but I had some fire ass wheels. He gave me that shit because he had just got a new deck. He had just got, I think, an Alien Workshop. Mm-hmm. So he thought he was like popping shit. So he had got the Alien Workshop. He gives me his birdhouse, and like that's what I skated on. I had a Baker, Andrew Reynolds signature deck. I fucking when Supra first came out, that's all I was skating would be like Supra, Muska. I was that nigga, like, running around in Muska and fucking Vaders.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But, like, I used to skate, like I said, 6.0s. I used to skate Lakai shit.
So you're about it. So...
Yeah, I'm with the shit. Mm-hmm. I'm with the shit, but, like, you know what I'm saying? All that type of shit, that's what that translated into my fashion and my style. Like, that's why...
So where did styling come up then?
So, look, what happened was this. Boom, I'm in Ohio. We had the gear. We had brands. This is when streetwear is really starting to kind of take off, like, in the Midwest. Yeah. It's already popping here. Y'all, I don't want to ever disrespect New York City. Y'all niggas always...
Hard, man.
Y'all niggas... Y'all, I say, like, y'all like where this shit really like popped off, like streetwear, like
yeah.
We got brands. Because
you kind of came up first from the malls and shit. And
yeah, like I'm not gonna lie, I was a nigga. I was
shit.
the hot topic nigga because I'm fucking in Ohio and then you got the mall. Like,
yeah.
So like, it was only one boutique that really carried like the gear. Like they had the BBC Flamingo coat, the first one, the Billionaire Boys Club Records jacket.
What boutique was it?
It was called. I don't even want to say the name because it's a whole ass nigga that worked there. That when I see you, it's a problem in these streets, nigga, and you know why, nigga. But I ain't even gonna get them niggas no burn right now. But it was a spot that people that know me and know where I'm from and shit that watch this later on, y'all know where I'm talking about.
Right.
It was up on the hill. You know what I'm saying? But no, so look, this what happened. Boom. Mind you, niggas is going to parties and icebreakers. It's college and shit. Mm-hmm. Now me, I done went out. I done bought my shit. I was on True Religion before that shit was like considered like Bama shit. You know what I'm saying?
Shit.
Like, yeah. I was on True Religion. Who put me on True Religion? I went to a T.I. concert. The nigga had the pants on with the real talk. I was like, hey dog, them hard as fuck, dog. hey. But the crazy, I wiggle my way after the show.
Yeah.
I meet one of the niggas in T.I. fucking entourage. Mm-hmm. I got the weed. These niggas take me back. We get to go smoke weed like with this nigga. Well, I ain't smoke with T.I. I ain't about to sit up here and lie and say like I was smoking blunts with T.I.
Yeah.
I was smoking with like basically his niggas. They had bud already. Mm-hmm. They was in Cleveland. It was at an NERD show.
Really?
NERD opened up for T.I.
That's
how crazy is that? All three of them. It was Chad, Shay, and Pharrell. All three, and they opened up for fucking T.I.
I mean, this is when T.I. was like selling out, not stadiums, but he was selling shit out, you know.
Yeah, it was House of Blues, Cleveland. Never forget it. Amazing show, T.I. But anyway, so look, parties and shit. So look, I'm going to the spot. Mm-hmm. Me and my mans, we go to the little shit. We go get fresh now. So boom, we go get fresh. Niggas go and get new jeans, new sneakers.
Everything.
We go and get the jacket, you know what I'm saying? Everybody come down. Now, one of the little shorties I was messing with, her sister worked at the spot. You know what I'm saying? So she always took care of me, you know what I'm saying? It was always love and shit when I came through there. These were happy times, you know what I'm saying? This was great. So look, I had the plug in there, you feel me? I'm still cool with
That's how I was living the Jefferson's life.
No, I'm still cool with him now. We don't mess around no more, but like, you know what I'm saying? We still friends and shit. You know what I'm saying? So
it's nothing to do with Shorty A or B, right?
Hell no. These was my niggas, like Shorty was like my friend and it was on some like the wood type shit.
It's all love.
Yeah. So it's my nigga, you know what I'm saying? Still my nigga. So then look, so we get fresh, we go back to the crib, so we like, all right, we finna go out, we finna get on some bitches, this, that, and the third, like, so boom. We leave, we go to the gas station, gas up the whip, get, you know what I'm saying, little drinks, bullshit ass, you know what I'm saying, breath mints. We finna head to the Icebreaker in the motherfucking downtown.
Yeah.
We finna go turn up. Actually, this was the night of the Kappa Icebreaker, nigga. These niggas was turning up at the motherfucking John S. Night Center that night. I'll never forget this shit. So we get in the spot now. I'm doing my thing out here in these streets, so niggas know me and shit. So so we pull up. It's love. You know what I'm saying? I never really had no problems with niggas at home. I had a couple skirmishes, nothing crazy, but it's always love.
Yeah.
Where I'm from is so small, like
everybody know each other.
Yeah, but not. I mean, it's crazy now. Everybody know each other and will kill your ass. But back then, it was everybody know each other. We might shoot the fade. We might have problems, but that shit eventually get worked out. But like now, shit, like y'all gotta stop that out there at home too, man. I'm coming back to y'all. Gotta stop. We gotta stop that, man. We better than that. So, motherfucking, we at the spot, right? So it's like we going crazy in this shit. So I'm like, oh shit, it's going crazy in this bitch. Like, all right, bruh. I go to the little bar spot to get me something to drink. I ain't old enough to drink, but the nigga, you know how it go.
Yeah.
So I go to the little bar spot to get something to drink. I see a nigga with my motherfucking shirt on.
What?
I'm like, oh shit. So I'm like, all right, cool. It's one nigga in the spot with my shirt on. So I'm like, whatever. I go back over. I jump on some bitches. We'll have a couple dances. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I look across the room.
It's another one.
It's another nigga got like my whole motherfucking outfit on, dog. I'm like, so then I'm like, all right, cool. You know, another nigga, whatever. So now I'm on some, let me take the shirt off. You know, because I don't want to have the same shit on. Let me take the fucking shirt. So I take the shirt off. I go put that shit in my car, come back in the spot. But it's basically 3 people in here with the same shit on, which means that like this shit ain't exclusive.
Not at all.
Like this shit ain't like I just spent hella bread to look like 2 other people on the same night.
They looking at you like, damn.
And they, like
They looking
niggas
at you
like, oh man, you done. And so like, I'm like, damn, because you gotta think, I ain't the only nigga with some dollars that can spend money on clothes out there. So I'm like, fuck. I'm like, damn. So from then on, bruh, I was like, whatever if I gotta drive an hour.
Yeah.
I remember, bruh, and this is a true story, niggas will tell. I was getting on the train 8 hours to go skateboard in Chicago. That's what I said I was going to do.
But buy clothes.
But I was going to buy clothes.
Right.
I would go out there. I would go to Miracle Mile. I would jump on the train. I would ride out to Wicker Park and skateboard for like an hour, probably 2. If I got out there early enough, because usually I would get to Chicago. It was a train. Now listen to this. Yeah. I would take a train 8 hours, round trip. It was $90 back then. So
damn.
I'm like 18, 19, like taking a train and going out there, but it'd be like cold as fuck. But I would do this in the winter. Like I would go out there, but that's how I would. But like no, that's how I got hip to like trends and shit. Because you gotta think the store out here ain't gonna have the shit that our store in Ohio got. Just because Chicago is just a little bit more fashion forward.
Yeah,
you understand what I'm saying?
City, like you were saying. So.
Yeah. So I would do that. I would skate. That's when I found out where the best pizza in the United States is to date for Racks Hogan, Chicago. I forget the name of the place. It's like right by the library.
How you gonna come through and disrespect New York like that, son? Dog, don't look at me like that, son. It's not Chicago, bro.
Bruh, I ain't had good pizza since I've been living in New York.
You're fucking bugging, son.
I love y'all's Yo, I love y'all. No, don't take it that way. Now see, look, you trying to make it some shit. What I'm saying is this. Listen to what I'm saying. In my opinion,
okay,
which I guess is valued to a certain degree out here.
Okay.
The best pizza that I have eaten in my lifetime was in Chicago.
I'm telling you facts.
Tell me where it's good pizza at in New York.
Listen. I'm not gonna put it on. You know I can't.
Yo, can y'all tell me where good pizza is in New York, please?
This man just came through and disrespected New York pizza and everything.
Bro, I'm sorry, and I don't know how it is. I ain't been in Chicago in a while, but I know I ain't seen no places with dollar slices in Chicago.
The dollar slice
is
God's gift from man.
Hey. What that says to me,
Chuck E. Cheese pizza, man. Chuck E. Cheese pizza.
Chuck E. Cheese pizza be slapped. That's Little Caesars.
That's actually slapping, bro.
That's Little Caesars. Hey, that's Little Caesars pizza.
Hey, yeah, Little Caesars.
Little Caesars. Hey, Little Caesars. No, nigga, Little Caesars make Chuck E. Cheese. Them niggas get that pizza from the same shit. Them is kit pizzas, my nigga. Nigga, but I'm keeping it 100.
Nigga said 2 bros. That shit is horrible.
2 bros?
2 bros are horrible.
I mean, that's the dollar slice, so you know what? Shouts out 2 bros. Don't disrespect.
Man, listen. Like what I'm saying is, whoever is watching that might be in Chicago or has been to Chicago, if you can tell me the name of the pizza spot that's close to the library, I want to say it's like Lombardi's or La Something's. It's like a real authentic, bro. The pizza's so good. I used to go out there. Check this out. I would go out there, get a pizza, because you could buy it by the half pie or the whole pie. Mm-hmm. I would buy a half pie, eat 2 slices, save 2 slices for my ride home, but then I would buy the other half of the pie and have them, basically, they would give me a frozen pie.
So you could take that shit home and eat it.
So that I told them, like, yo, I'm taking this shit back on the train. So, like, bruh, it's that. Now, all I'm going to say is this.
Is that real, son?
Bruh, that shit is good as fuck. I wish somebody could tell me the name of that place. I know where it's at. I'm real good at like finding places that I've been to. Mm-hmm. So if I went back to Chicago, I could find it, no problem. But
so that's where the styling route started. So in terms of getting big, in terms of like working for like very notable clients and shit, like I guess Iamasu is like the first.
I am Sue.
I am Sue.
I am Sue. Shout out to the Bay.
I am Sue.
You know what I'm saying?
That's so crazy. Son. All right, so I am Sue. Damn, I was about to say that shit again. Can I say this? Jeezy.
You gotta keep that low, dog. You just said that on the down they know, dog. You're supposed to keep that one low.
Damn.
That's my bro, though. Nah, I
didn't hear nothing.
Shout outs to the whole, you know what I'm saying? G-Eazy squad. Shout outs to HBK. Shout outs to Schmop Life. Shout outs to Tsunami Mob. Shout out to the whole Beast Coast. You already know. But
so styling for people like them, how did that become like a thing? Like
shit, that shit just happened off mutual interest. Like I was at an event, I met up with the homie Sue. He was like, "Man, where the store at?" And I told him where the store was at. And then like I told him, like, he seen me again. I like the energy. that he had, like that was, you know what I'm saying, in terms of like how he handled his business and shit. So I was like, yo, bro, I can get you this shit and send it to you. You know what I'm saying? So I would just cop the shit and then just send it to him. You know what I'm saying? He just pay me back for it and shit, like type shit like that. And then like he introduced me to other people that introduced me. So that shit kind of just like snowballed off of introducing and meeting up with Sue. Yeah. Like real talk. Like I Am Sue is a big part of the reason why I'm where I'm at. Like I always say I wouldn't be where I am as fast as I moved in terms of being able and being introduced to the Bay and being received by the Bay. Right. And like just basically I fell in love with the Bay. Like the Bay is like, that shit holds a special place because it's like it's real motherfuckers out there. Like it's real people. I'm not saying it ain't real people in New York, but you get what I'm saying. It's like
it's a different culture. It's a different culture.
That Bay Area shit, it ain't just like it ain't like nothing like in New York City or like
you won't get some Bay Area shit in New York
the
City.
Bay Area is like a whole nother place. Like that shit is beautiful out there, bro. I fuck with it. It's a lot of shit that go on and like. It's a lot of negative shit, but that's like with anywhere, you know what I'm saying? But for the most part, the genuine reception that I done got from the Bay Area is that the Bay Area is a great place. And it's a place that's basically got a lot of talent. It's a place that's got a lot of innovation, like for the game in general. Yeah. Like, you know how they say that the spotlight switches, and then it go from like New York to Atlanta, Texas, then it go over like Chicago or wherever, but like the Bay Area, you got to think like one of like the legends of rap is from fucking the Bay Area. E40, you know what I'm saying? E40. When I was growing up, coming up, and like my musical, because I know this is we're gonna get into musical influence and shit, but like a lot of my musical influence, bro, was like fucking like a lot of down south. Like I came up, real talk, this is true fact, Master P, Silk the Shocker, C Murder, Mystical, Mia X, so the whole No Limit camp.
Highly doubt anybody listening to us right now live knows what the fuck you're talking about.
They do, because a lot of these niggas is basically trying to like sound like that shit now. So like 3-6 Mafia, Juicy J,
Dipset.
Well, that was like, I'm giving you like the chronological timeline, like how shit went, but like in between that, I was listening to Be Legit, I was listening to Sibo, I was listening to Yuck Mouth, I was listening to Brother Lynch Hong, I was listening to Selly Sale, I was listening to E40. Charlie Hustle was one of my favorite tapes ever, like albums out. Motherfucking, I was listening to Gangsta Boo tapes. I was listening to Mr. Servon. Yeah. I was really fucking with UGK. My mom had UGK tapes. I was listening to Above the Law. I was listening to Devin the Dude. Like DJ Quick, my mom loves DJ Quick. Yeah. Like loves DJ Quick. You feel me? Like real shit. Like dead ass. Like that's like, so like you gotta think like that shit bumping in my mom's car, like at the crib.
And you sitting there like, oh shit.
You know, Bone Thugs, obviously, huge influence. Fucking 8 Ball and MJG, like Project Pat, because you gotta think like this was when like niggas still bought CDs. Yeah. So like my East Coast exposure, like when I would have to get like put on like my East Coast, like in terms of artists that I was fucking with from the East Coast, that was like, that's when I was stealing DMX CDs. Yeah. Out of the motherfucking CD store. I was listening to DMX, Jay-Z. I really wasn't into Biggie. I'm gonna come all the way clean. Like when that whole East Coast, West Coast shit, I was like 8 or some crazy shit like that. Like I think I was like 8 or 9 or some crazy shit. I don't know. I was like
you're a young gun.
I was young enough to like know what but like I said, my mom was slapping all this shit. So like Tupac, she was in love with Tupac. You feel me? Like she, like if she could have, nigga, my brothers would be by fucking Tupac. You feel me? I'm gonna say it to you like that. So she was playing a lot of that, and again, a lot of her music selection was like West Coast. I don't know why. I don't know.
That it's just a kind of amalgamation.
And like we was slapping Do or Die, like so like Poe Pimp was like a staple in my shit. Johnny P, you know what I'm saying? All that shit was like we was listening. I was listening to that shit. Like these niggas had albums, and like the crazy shit is a lot of these niggas went platinum. Like back when music was still selling. So like when the whole East Coast West Coast shit, I ain't gonna sit here and say that I didn't, because you want me to be honest? That's what put me on to Biggie. I was hip to Puff.
Right.
That's the crazy shit. Like, I was hip to Puff Daddy.
So it's by relation pretty much.
And like, you know what I was listening to? You know what I fucked with? I fucked with the Locks. So like, I was fucking with like the Locks. Like at one point in time, like my rotation was like the Locks, Outkast, fucking DMX, and I think I was listening to 8 Ball and MJG. That's when they put out like Space Age Pimpin' and shit or some crazy shit like that. No, man, I wasn't. That didn't stretch all the way out to the Midwest like that. That's when like I was hip to Premiere, but I wasn't hip to Premiere.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Because the radio stations,
they weren't playing that kind of
They
stuff.
wasn't playing, like, to y'all, that's normal, because them niggas is from out here, but like to us, we like that's catering to like Hot 100 and shit like that. Like, it's college radio and shit, so like, we didn't get a real hot station that was like slapping Jay-Z to like 99.
Word. So that's the time you were fucking with the Bay and shit.
But I was fucking with the band inadvertently. Like, I didn't even know. Like, I stole my first thing. Like, this is crazy. The first cassette that I owned was a Too Short tape that I stole. And I stole it because I had Getting It on there. That was like my shit. Like, I dead ass remember going to like, my mom played softball. So she would play softball while I like she'd be playing the game. I was like the bat boy and shit like that. So like, in between games, because you know they play like 2 games a day and shit. You know, this intramural shit. They play like 2-3 games a day. So like, in between the games, I would go and like listen to music in the car and shit. So like, one day, nigga, it was the Jamaican nigga out there. He was selling bootlegs. This is when you still buy bootleg tapes and shit. So I'm like, I stole Too Short's tape. I forget what the fuck that shit was called. But it was allegedly his last album. But that nigga gonna put out like 10 more albums.
Yeah.
But no, so like that was like what I was on. Because that music, like, I ain't gonna say that it was relatable, but that was like closest to what I was seeing. I really wasn't seeing niggas running through the projects, serving mad krills and shit like that. So like, even when I listened to Jay-Z, I thought it was cool. And like when I got hip to Biggie,
relatable,
but when I got hip to Big, I was like, this man is amazing, because I'm like, this nigga is taking some of the darkest shit ever and making this
sound like pop.
Sound cool. This nigga's talking about raping and shit, and it's like, yeah,
normal. Like, let's get it.
Talking about killing kids. I'm like, yeah, you go to school. Fuck it. Like, okay, but like, you know what I'm saying? But like, I got hip to Biggie at a different point in my life. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Jay, I was more into Cash Money, Dipset. I was into that like flashy shit. I'm gonna come all the way clean. So I guess that had like rubbed off on me. Even seeing them, you know, with the jewelry, you know, with the motherfucking, everybody in Cash Money had a fucking Rolex. You know what I'm saying? Gold fucking teeth. You know what I'm saying? Master P running around here talking about he the ice cream man. I really knew what the ice cream was, so I could relate to that. I knew, you know what I'm saying, about niggas serving.
So it was different.
It was just the way that they painted their picture. The East Coast was more rugged and more descriptive of what it was more literal what they were seeing. Down south was the same way, but it was like they said it in a way that like, I understand this country shit. Like, I got it. Like, yes, that's exactly what's happening in my hood right now. Like, I totally understand. Yes, we might kick in the door tonight, and whatever happens, fucking happens. But I'm jumping off the porch and I'm ready to ride for mine. That's how where my soldier rag at. Let's get it. You feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying? But then like, that shit had a big ass influence. So that's like, that translated, I guess, into my style too. You know what I'm saying? With like, my clothing and like my selection of what I wear and like, you know, all that shit. It's just like I'm a big balled up mess of everything I done experienced, and I just